Welcome to another virtual English class with me, Ma'am Lagunsad. This is our first lesson for the third quarter. Our lesson today is all about making inferences. What is an inference? An inference is an assumption that you make about something that you see, read, or experience. It is based on all the information that you have available at the time. It is not necessarily a correct guess, but it is an educated one. So, to make it short, an inference means an educational or wild guess of something what going to happen. Okay, so let's have a different situation and we are going to use an inference. So, for example, it is a conclusion reached on the basis of evidence and reasoning. So, the example is, I infer that there is a ghost in my house based on the evidence that I have seen objects moving on their own. So that's why I concluded that there is a ghost inside my house. Another example, if my best friend stops talking to me, I can infer that he is angry at me or he thinks that I am crazy and doesn't want to be seen with me. So, probably the main reason, why my best friend doesn't talk to me is he is angry. Okay, this one is an example when we are reading. So, when you read, you need to make inferences about things happening in the story. So, this will help you process when you are writing an essay at the end of the story. So, for example, if I read that the main character hates old people, but then later becomes friends with an old person, so I can infer that the theme of the story relates to challenging your prejudices. So in this example, it is the opposite of what you believe in or the opposite of your own judgment. So this is the inference that you may come up. Another thing when it comes to inference, it is not based solely on your opinion. It is based on evidence. In a story, everything you read in the text or in the story, what the characters say or do, what events happen in a plot, or etc., it can be used as the basis for making an inference. For example, in the text of the story says, the main character hates old people. So you can infer or you can conclude that the main character has a mean and childish personality. You can also conclude or infer that this main character, the reason why he hates old people is probably he has a traumatic experience when he was a child. So this is how you conclude or you make inferences. So it can be thought as reading between the lines of what you read or observe. So for example, from the clues in the book or from the story that you read, then added with your own thinking or your schema, what we call your stock knowledge, then you come up with your inference or your educational guess. In reading, these are the differences or the different inferences of authors versus the readers. So, for example, authors imply while readers infer. Imply means it takes or it gives you what is the message, okay? While readers is infer or you are guessing. Next is author makes implications that readers must infer. So, the authors wants us to think, okay? The message of the story is implied. Good readers are detectives who are always looking out for clues to help them better understand stories and pictures. So, if you are considered as a good reader, if you are looking out for the clues, okay? You are finding solution to the problem arise in the story or that author want you to find out. You are considered as a good reader. Okay, now, so based on the pictures, we are going to make an inference about this different situation. So, as you see, the girl is crying and saw something behind her or in her front. So, what you can interfere or what you can infer in this situation. So, probably, okay, she saw her husband or her boyfriend with someone else. Next is there was a heavy traffic in the expressway. So what we can infer in this situation? So probably there is a severe accident happened in the expressway that leads to heavy traffic. To sum up our lesson, the words that you can associate with the word inference are making connections, background knowledge or schema, predictions, imagination or visualization, analysis of the text, interpretation, judgment, drawing of conclusion, and lastly is questioning. Here are the words that you can remember. Always remember, take what you know and make an educated guess. Draw personal meaning from text, words, or pictures. And lastly, use clues to come to your own conclusion. This is how our lesson ends. Thank you for listening and be ready to answer your first seat work in our third grading. Bye!